Hey, Maven of Sugar Free here, and I want to try and answer this question. Wait, what? How does your coochie fall out? Well, let me tell you that when you wear a waist trainer, it actually does the opposite of what you're hoping that it would do. It actually weakens your core muscles because we naturally have a core, and those core muscles they need to move, and moving them strengthens them. But when you actually wear a waist trainer, you actually restrict those muscles, and when you're restricting those muscles, it weakens them, and so you're really not getting the benefit that you will hope that you're getting from a waist trainer. That's number one. Number two, that if you think of a balloon, when you have a balloon, the bulge, it's round and it's like uniform on all sides. But when you squeeze the balloon in the middle, that pressure that you're putting on the balloon in the middle, you end up with a bulge on the top and you have a bulge on the bottom. Well, the bulge on the top, of course, is your organs being pushed up, so they're bulging up. But the bulge on the bottom is the pressure being pushed down on your pelvic floor. And that downward pressure on your pelvic floor is what actually weakens the pelvic floor and causes a prolapsed uterus over time. So if you're wearing your waist trainer like constantly, you're putting a lot of pressure down there. That pressure can also come from down there where you can experience those issues with a prolapsed uterus or your coochie falling out. You can experience that with from childbirth. It can happen from childbirth. It can also happen if you experience a lot of constipation and you're like constantly constipated, and so you're bearing down. So you notice downward pressure, and that puts that also helps to weaken the pelvic floor. But and it can also come from like what my grandmother used to tell me. And my mom, they would say, when I would be lifting heavy stuff, and they'd be like, girl, put that down, and call a boy to come and pick it up because, there was like, you're going to hurt your insides. That's just what they say, that you're going to hurt your insides. Why? Because that is a lot of, you inadvertently put pressure on your pelvis because you're bearing down and you don't even know that you're bearing down. So that bearing down is weakening your pelvic floor because you're not naturally holding the resistance to squeeze it tight. That's why you got to do some Kegels, keep that thing up there. You know what I'm saying? But don't wear the waist trainer all the time. If you're trying to whittle your waist and burn fat across the middle, you can you can change your diet. That's one way. You can do certain exercises that actually don't build out the muscles, but actually build structures around to make those, so you'll be more proportioned and have a smaller waist. And you can just try some sweet, it's available and it does help you to burn fat and stop sugar cravings. And it lowers your blood sugar levels. So check us out at subsweet.com. It's Maven Sugar Free here. Have a great one.